covered this story back in February. A Florida judge called this alleged crime, quote, vigilante justice. Instead of hitting the gridiron for this upcoming football season, cornerback Terrion Arnold is now expected to defend his name in court. An NFL player in trouble with the law. Officials say this investigation started after Terrion Arnold reported more than $200,000 in personal items missing from his Airbnb property in February. Prosecutors say Arnold believed 3 men took those items, but investigators found no evidence the men were involved. Arnold is accused of coordinating others to lure those men to an apartment where prosecutors say they were robbed, beaten, and held at gunpoint. Prior to his arrest Wednesday, 2 co-defendants pleaded guilty earlier in the day. As part of the plea agreements, they're required to testify truthfully in any future proceedings related to this case. The Hillsborough County State Attorney said no one has the right to take the law into their own hands. A dispute over missing property does not justify kidnapping, violence, or retaliation. A rep for the star player released a statement reading in part, Terrion Arnold categorically denies any involvement in the matters underlying the allegations made against him and maintains his innocence. Mr. Arnold looks forward to his day in court and is confident that the judicial process will lead to his ultimate vindication. Meanwhile, the Lions organization said, "We are aware of the legal situation regarding Terrion Arnold. We will not comment at this time out of respect for the ongoing legal process." If convicted, the multiple felony charges he faces carries a potential sentence of up to life in prison. And for more details on this case, clickondetroit.com has an in-depth article looking at the timeline of this case, Arnold's NFL career, and full statements.
But the $1,000,000 question to me is, did the Detroit Lions know about this? Because I'll tell you this, his time in Detroit's probably done. It's probably a wrap for TA in Detroit. Maybe probably the NFL. Like, this is a Henry Ruggs type situation, kind of, in a way. So I don't think we'll see him in a Lions uniform. But the question for me is, did the Lions know about this?
I want to say the Lions had an inkling that it wasn't over, because they said even when he was participating in the non-media portion of OTAs, and I'm just clicking through Twitter.
And so Terrion Arnold, I didn't talk about this story. It's not really my thing. Talk about a brother's downfall in this situation. But apparently the district attorney somewhere in Florida chose to charge him, and he's probably going to go on the commission or exempt list before they are going to cut him because he's due process. So his charges can carry a possible life in prison. And I mean, I'll say this. Before we get into the story, check out Detroit Lions Star playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You should be able to be an eye for eye, tooth for tooth in this world. But in the civilization that we live in, to protect the haves and the have-nots, protect the regular public who don't have much, or middle class, and protect them from the politicians, the judges, the people in power with money. The only thing that stands between us doing what we feel is right and what's human nature, because human nature, somebody smack you, your natural reaction is to hit them back. You know, the Bible said, don't the Bible say eye for eye, tooth for tooth, something like that? So that's our natural reaction to be able to do those things, right? But in the society we live today, if that was the truth, the power wouldn't be in power. I'd say that right now, the power wouldn't be in power. So they created these religion. They altered religion. They hid the real religion, and they created just judicial system, these charges or these laws that really make no sense. If somebody take my stuff and I know they took it, I should be able to go run down on them and get my shit back, right? But when you have all this money and all this clout, he should have just charged it to the game and called the police, right? Detroit Lions cornerback Terrion, unless it was deeper than that. So also, if it was deeper than that and he did something to them and they want some street shit, you can't call the police. But Terrion Arnold, Detroit Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold, was arrested on 4 counts of kidnapping and 4 counts of armed robbery Wednesday, June 24th, hours after the two defendants agreed to a plea deal in kidnapping and assault case they're allegedly to have committed on Arnold's behalf. So here we have it. The people that he had do it snitched on him. They snitched on him. They took a plea deal and they told on him. Ain't nothing new. I'll tell y'all this, man. Somebody that grew up in the city of Detroit, I grew up in some of the most dangerous neighborhoods. I lived in Brightmoor not too long ago. I lived on, Finkel and Myers. I lived on Finkel and Coyle before. I lived on McNichols, 6 Mile in Warwick, Schoolcraft and Glastonbury. I mean, you can just go on and on. Schoolcraft and Ashton. I mean, real talk. Went to school in Number Streets. You know what I'm saying? There's no honor amongst thieves. There's no code. One of the underlining snitching things about the streets. You ever watch some of those prison movies or shows? The streets know what happened before it happened and when it happened. Gossip in the streets is the form of snitching that's never talked about. These dudes in the street gossip. Somebody rob you. Somebody on the street gonna tell you. A street nigga gonna tell you who robbed you. It was Lil Rob and them hit your stack. I'm telling you. Snitching is the most common thing in the hood. It's in the form of gossip. It's in the form of dry snitching, all that. Arnold previously denied any involvement in the case, and he also denied some to the Lions, according to Rod Woods. They set him down and asked him. No, anybody gonna say, yeah, I did it. And his representation said in the statement Wednesday, there's no credible evidence linking Mr. Arnold to these allegations. Arnold surrendered to a warrant at the Orient Road Jail in Tampa. Tampa police said in the statement it remains in custody as of 10:46 p.m. The charges carried a sentence of life to prison. There's no credible evidence linking Mr. Arnold to these allegations. Denise White, CEO of EAG Sports Management, said in the statement. Instead, the government appears to be relying on the testimony from multiple convicted felons who have admitted their own involvement and have substantial incentives to shift blame in the effort to lessen the sentence. So the guys he got around him are felons, or guys that he had goons around him. When you elevate, I remember Deshaun Jackson saying this. His daddy told him when he made it to league, he said, everybody can't go. Why do you even associate around these guys? So it can be even been a situation that the guys that he with hit a lick on these people and they just came back to hit a lick on them. It could have been a situation where the guys the goons that he was with told the guys what Terrion Arnold had, and for them to come set him up and rob him. Okay, then we're going to act like we're going to rob y'all back. You never know what it is, man. When you have sketchy people around you and you done elevated out the hood, why you still got these guys around you for what? I'm not about to be around no street activity. I don't want to be around the bow, a key, a thief, a felon. I don't need you guys around me. If I need that, I could just hire security. Mr. Arnold looked forward to his day in court and confident judicial process will lead to his ultimate vindication. So regardless, these dudes are going to snitch on him. I could have told you that. Pookie, Ray, Glocktavius is some of the biggest punks. They snitch, they roll over. They don't take their time or nothing. I'll tell you that right now. They gonna throw each other under the bus. Every time they gonna throw you under the bus. Lion State had a statement. We are aware of the legal situation regarding Terrion Arnold. We will not comment at this time out of respect for the ongoing legal process, and released Wednesday. The Florida State Attorney's Office accused Arnold of coordinating and directing the robbery and beating of Arnold's personal driver and the two other drivers' associates by several of Arnold's co-defendants after Arnold accused the driver of arranging the theft more than $250,000 in cash and goods from the Airbnb he was renting in February. I told you. Somebody in this situation set him up. I told y'all that. And I didn't even read the story. I could have told you that. Some of his drivers set him up and probably was in, they all was in on it, bro. When you keep sketchy people around you, man, you keep these people around you, bro. What you expect? Why do you have $250,000 in cash and goods at an Airbnb? We seen that one rapper from New York. What was his name? Pop Smoke. Drop his location at an Airbnb. It's not a hotel, bro. It's not safe. The driver did not divide involvement in the theft, and the Largo police who investigated the theft considered the case inactive. So they ain't even figured out who set him up. Of course, the driver probably did it allegedly. Of course. Look at the people that you got around you, bro. Even though you can be a good guy, or you feel like you're a good guy, good character, people or a woman, the people that you got around you is a reflection of your character. Who you marry, who you sleep with, who you hang around. You can't really help who you do business with sometimes. That's it. 3 other defendants, Lindell, Hudson, Cristiano Williams, and Freddie Hughes, also face life sentences or similar charges, while the 2 defendants in the case, Ariana DeVale and Jasmine Rendizzo. So it was some girls that's some girls told on him. He had some girls, they gonna tell. Rendazzo was sentenced to 4 years in Florida State Prison, following by 6 years of probation, and agreed to testify truthfully for the state in any future proceedings related to the case. DeLaVelle took an open plea and agreed to testify truthfully to the state, but the sentence after other proceedings in the case are done. So, according to the records obtained, Largo police, Arnold discovered watches, jewelry, designer bags, and shoes and cell phone. The estimated $100,000 in cash were stolen when he went to leave his rental until on February 1st morning. He reported the theft 2 days later. And DeVille and Rendazzo allegedly lured the driver and his friends to the apartment shortly after midnight, where the men were pistol whipped and held at gunpoint. So he said the driver hit a lick on him. He used the women to do it. So, I mean, yeah, women ain't gonna stay solid, but hey, it is what it is. It was stupid. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Find me on X, Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9.
Bro, this Terrion Arnold case is a fucking mess, bro. Because no way the people who allegedly stole his belongings from him, you feel me? This is how the whole thing took place in the first place, because they saying that TA had his people kidnap the people who allegedly stole things from him. You feel me? And I guess y'all did what y'all did, beat them up or whatever the case may be, press them or whatever, and you let the niggas go. So the niggas, they say it's the 3 victims that reported the crime in the first place. But now what makes the whole situation worse is the people who allegedly he had do it, his friends, have reached plea deals and are willing to testify, linking him to the whole shit. Bro, that is messy, bro. That is messy. That's why I said that video last night, bro. When you get into a position of status, bro, and, guys start making moves in your life, elevate you, you got to change your mind, like really renew your mind and just how you moving and what you out here doing in the first place, bro. Like, knowing you in your position, you feel me? You ain't got, like, there is no room for you to organize like you some type of fucking kingpin or whatever, a whole kidnap them and teach them their lesson, but then you let the niggas walk away so they can report it. This not a real place, bro. This is not a real place, bro. Because no way did you do that, bro. And now, the worst thing, it ain't even niggas, because no way if these niggas stole the shit from them too that y'all gonna get based what y'all deserve, and then y'all went to report the damn crime because y'all are looking for the come up. That's really what that is, you feel me? But now, dog, the worst thing is, though, is your people who they saying you had do it is ready to testify against you. That shit is, bro, that's why I be low-key and out the way. So I don't fuck with a lot of people. That's why I be low-key, bro, because shit like this, bro, and it is sad, it's unfortunate. Young millionaire, bro, I really hope, you feel me, like, he able God able to see him out of this, bro, because we make mistakes. We make young knucklehead mistakes, bro. We end up thinking we bigger than the program sometime. And I know I could have been set down for doing some stupid stuff back in the day, but God has spared me. So I definitely don't want to just see anybody fall, bro. I just hate to see that, bro. But everything right now with this whole case, bro, that shit don't look too well. It's the friends that's taking the plea deals, that's willing to get on the stand and link him to organizing the whole shit, bro. That shit crazy, bro.